Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, I got that straightened out into a V.
Right.
It's still a little lumpy though. I'm going to take part of the lump out. I'm pounding it on the sidewalk now. And here's the thing. When I do shit like this, often people are like, well, why didn't you just go buy blah, 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 blah. I don't have that kind of money, people.
Right, exactly.
But what I have is an entire stack of high-end steel roofing materials left over from my own roof, which I had to pay out the ass for, which is why I don't have any money. So now, I mean, you know, it's like I said, you always need to have, poor folks always need to have savings.
Yeah, yeah.
And you need to make savings without biting into your income, because none of us have that kind of money, do we?
No.
So how do you do that? I told you, quarter at a time, dollar at a time, 20 bucks at a time, 50 bucks at a time if you can afford it, and you just put it back for whatever the thing is that you're going towards.
Right.
Or you put it back, in our case, as our house insurance. Okay. So now,
And it is the right size. Look at that.
And it's exactly the right size. And
I mean the
I'm
right
just
side with the angle.
yeah, good. There we go. And now I'm going to put this in place with some of these. Got it from my buddy, who is a roofer.
Roofing screws.
They're roofing screws. And they're left over from jobs that he's done. Because people, believe it or not, they don't want that extra stuff. They get mad if he leaves it.
And he doesn't have the storage for all of it.
He does not. He doesn't want to dick with it. You know, when it's basically, this is what's left over in the bottom of bags.
Right.
When he gets done with a job. There's, you know, a handful, sometimes 2 or 3 handfuls of these very expensive screws, by the way.
Yeah.
In the bottom of a bag. It's not worth dicking with, because every job he does, they use a different color.
Right.
So he would have to keep track of them. He doesn't have any, he sure doesn't have any place to store them now that the damn shop burned down.
Yeah, his shop burned down, yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm just going to put a bunch in there. And again, I think I'm just going to power wash the back and the front and just paint them.
Yeah, because they're not damaged.
Here's the difference. Overhang, people. The bigger overhang you have, the more you protect your building. Okay, the front and the back have literally that much overhang.
Yeah, what is that, 1.5 inches?
Yes, no, it's maybe close to 2.5
Maybe 2 inches,
2.5 inches. Okay, there's no damage.
There's not.
But on the sides, where there was
That's nothing that the little paint won't take care of. And so power wash and paint here, because it hasn't been painted since we got it.
I painted it.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. We've got it and you painted it.
Yeah,
but
it
that's
hasn't been painted again.
Hasn't been painted again
It's
since
time.
then. It's been...
Well, I'm painting the house, people. Okay, so here's what I mean about, and then this happened.
Right.
Okay, I noticed all this, and I'm like, shit, I gotta deal with that. And since I'm using that fucking steel, I need it out of my yard anyway.
Right,
now I
right.
stacked it up at least.
Yes.
Some people would have just left that shit everywhere.
Right.
I don't do that crap. Okay, so I stacked it up, but it's still in my yard. I want it gone. And I knew I was gonna use it, but I need to do that. Look at our poor house. Our poor house has needed to be trimmed out and painted for 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
And I have the money to buy paint, even though it's expensive, because remember I told you about saving a little money here and a little money there? Well, we used the money that we had in our savings account to do the roof, so we didn't touch the jar of money that I had been saving for almost as long that was for the roof project.
Right.
So we have, in that jar, we have enough money to buy the paint, so yeah.
Yay. And we'll use that same paint.
Yeah.
And paint this.
Yeah. Well, I actually have paint that's maybe not as good as what I want to buy.
Right.
But it's this same color.
Oh, okay, so you can just use it up.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, use it up. That's a good idea.
But at any rate, so now it's just, that's done. I'm going to start at that end. I'm going to take my sheet iron and I'm going to pick the better side. And I'm going to start putting it up underneath this drip edging.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Up underneath the drip edging and on the sides, like so.
Okay. Well, if you want me to hang up and help you hold it?
No,
or?
no, I got it right now.
Okay.
Let me get one in there, too.
Okay.
And you can show them about
Okay.
what it's going to look like. And it's just basically, just very simply going to throw a couple of screws in that. Don't have to be a lot. I don't want it to blow off. On the corners, I'll probably put on more than I will on the rest.
Right.
Because corners and edges are the ones that pick up the wind. Okay? So I'll put a bunch on the edge, then probably just 2 or 3, and then do the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Yeah.
And you don't need me to watch me do every single one of those. Although, I find myself to be intensely entertaining, no matter what I'm fucking doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that some of you would rather not watch me
Do
this
sheet after sheet
every
after
single
sheet.
one. Yeah.
Okay. We'll be back then. Okay.
All right. So, we did not have enough metal of this corrugated
Right.
to do both sides.
Right.
After cutting, blah, blah, blah. I know, I would have known if I measured. It doesn't matter.
No.
Okay, but we had 2 short pieces left over from another project, plus we had the pieces that came out of the middle of
Right.
these 10-footers.
3 of those, yeah.
And so I put 2 of those on, and this was pieced with the ones we cut off the edge. I've got this one going on top of
On
these.
top of these.
And then I'll screw them all down and we'll have one and we will have finished this.
This side.
And every single piece of the corrugated metal that I bought
God, I don't know.
6 years ago
On clearance.
on clearance
Yeah.
to do our shop that we then wound up not using on our shop.
Right.
Every bit of it will be finally gone
Right.
after all the freaking projects I've done with it. I don't know if you've been watching this for a while.
Treehouse, sides of some of the
Treehouse,
cabins.
the little, yeah,
Yeah.
all of this,
Yeah.
all with that. And I think I spent, not that there's a big difference in what this shit cost, and especially cost
Then.
6 years ago, and what it costs now, but I only spent $300 on the entire pile.
Right.
So like if you have the money, and you know you're going to be doing a project. I bought that because I knew I was going to have to roof the shop.
Right.
But then I started getting all this steel.
Yes.
And so eventually I took it and put it in the blacksmith shop, thank God, because it was starting to go bad, which it shouldn't have.
No.
No doubt that's why it was unclear.
Which is why you're siding with it, not roofing with
I'm
it.
siding with, but I did roof the treehouse with it.
Yeah, but you got
And I
the
roofed
good
that
pieces.
little building with it.
You
and
got
I-
the good pieces from it.
Yeah.
Yes. And it
But
was
at any rate-
a while ago.
So that's what I'm doing. So I'm piecing it together. I'm piecing it in the middle and not on the end because it's more noticeable on the end. Plus your ends, like I said, that's where the wind's going to blow in and shit.
So it
You
needs to be
don't-
tight there.
You want it to be as tight as possible.
Gotcha.
But I've got a big overlap going on. Okay, so this one hit the nail I did underneath and see, I mean, so we just take our hand in hand and customize that sucker.
Because there's a screw under it. That's right.
Yeah, well, that's where I put one of the screws. so-
Right, right,
Yay. Okay, so what I've been doing is picking the better side.
right.
And so, and my wife's been helping me do that because she's got a good eye. Which side is that one? I think this one's
That looks
actually,
pretty good.
I think this
That's-
one's the better
both
side.
sides looks pretty good. Yeah.
This one, both sides are pretty good. Some of these, it was hard to tell.
Yeah.
I like it because it looks distressed. I'm kind of, the other side, we're going to have to buy metal. Not looking forward to that expense. And it's going to come out of our painting budget for the house, so hopefully it's not going to cost us too much. And here's what I'm going to do. You're like, well, if you miscalculated that, I didn't miscalculate this. I didn't freaking know.
Yeah, you didn't even check it.
But I know there's a good chance I'm not going to have enough steel to do even this side of the roof.
Right. Right.
If I don't, for now, I will cover the rest of it with tarp
Right. Right.
until I can get to the store to get more metal, which I will do quickly because I ain't having it stay unfinished, because that will drive me nuts. Okay. See, and it's just put it down. Okay, you can turn that off, baby.
Okay.
Okay, so best laid plans. When I got into the pile of stuff I'd stacked up, I soon realized there was no way I could roof even this half of the roof. And it was going to be a booger because they're all little bitty pieces.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go and I'm going to clean this off. I did find this out in that because I poked a couple of holes, which I'll have to fix. Right here and here. These shingles, for that they look damaged, are actually in pretty good shape. Of course, I still don't have a decent overhang.
Yeah.
But it won't matter. The front and the back have been doing well if I paint them.
Yeah.
And then someday when we have more money than we have right now,
Yeah. We'll buy steel.
I'll buy metal and put it on this
Yeah.
roof. Or I'll hire it done. No, I probably won't, unless I'm even older and sicker than I am now. But what I am going to do is peel as much of this moss off the roof as I can right now. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a yard rake. Now what's the difference between a garden and a yard rake? If you noticed me fix that. Difference is that garden rake is the ones that's solid tine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid metal.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just gonna peel this shit off of here as best as I can, and it'll probably be good. It looks pretty good and solid. I'm not seeing any real damage. In fact, some people would say just leave the moss on there. It'll actually help the roof. So, but I'm going to take some of it off anyway, just because it'll look better if nothing else.
And then what are you going to do with the stuff you were going to roof with
I told you I'm going to use it on the other side.
on the other side?
I'm pretty sure I told them that already.
On the as siding.
Yeah, I'm going to use it as siding because it's not good to use. I don't have any decent pieces.
Right.
I thought I did, but I don't. So it'll be bad enough to use them as siding.
Yeah, piecing you want to do on the side.
I'm doing a lot of cutting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. A lot of cutting and puzzling.
Yep. Figuring out how to put the pieces together to make it work. But that's what we do around here, right?
Yep, we do.
Make it work.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work as best as we can.
Well, then we'll come back when you're piecing on the other side.
Yeah, or hand me that broom so we can get a picture of what it'll look like a little bit cleaner.
Okay, I'll come back with that.
Just hand me the broom.
Yeah, I will. I've got to turn this off, otherwise people get seasick. Okay. So yeah, I hear it.
Just kind of clean off some of it and just get it a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner. Can't fix it today. Don't have the money and don't have the stuff. I thought I did, but I don't. It's one of those, that's what'll happen. You'll look at your junk pile. As soon as I used up that corrugated, so I wouldn't do both sides, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at that all wrong.
Well, but you used up every single bit of that corrugated. That's a celebration.
Yeah. Well, and I'll have to put the stuff away that I was going to use. Like, I can still use that ridge cap. I'm definitely going to use that when I re-roof this.
Right.
I'll just put it away for now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That's it.
Okie dokie.